bit of a delay in such things, but I just thought I would pop on and do a live because you guys spoil me, and so I've decided to spoil you in return. I'm just going to pull up the live because sometimes it's not even showing and I'm here, and I know I'm here. Nothing. No wonder you guys are never here when I start. It's not coming up, which is just rude. See if I can get to it a different way. Aha! Success. Fantastic news. Alright. I am live. Done. Okay. I have a new sign because I'm not the boss of you. I understand I'm ridiculous. It makes me happy though. So we'll be flashing that every time I say it. Because I am ridiculous as well as the boss of you. I also have my Tory Tornado. Oh, good morning. Why is my machine not on? Uh-oh. This better not be a problem. Okay, we're on. I thought for a second there I was going to have more issues. Hello, Andrea, Leonie, Shamira, and Evelyn. We are going to be making my Vixen that I did with the fantasy thing because I'm probably going to go off script from the pattern. Also, I would like to do some video, at least a video today, and I need to do this, so I thought I might do it live because it's more fun for everyone. Hi Jules, welcome, welcome. Now, I'm having a hay fever moment, so please everybody be patient with me if I'm sniffing and sneezing. I have taken a decongestant and an antihistamine, and there's only so much that medicine can do. Alright, so I have done everything hopefully correctly, and we shall see. So after this, I need to go to Spotlight and get some black velvet to make some more display stuff for my markets, because I am down to taking only one giant table. So we'll see. I'll have to watch your video later. Well, have a lovely day at work. I hope you enjoy your job, and if you don't, then I hope you at least enjoy the pay you get from your job. Come on. There we go. Right. Me and this are going to be friends today. I don't see that little green skeleton. Oh, he's here. He's here. I don't know where he'll sit. Because you need, like, a magnety bit. I mean, he might sit there. No, you can't see that either. Ugh. Let's just move the camera. How's that? My big green one's up there, and Chuckles is here as well. This is Chuckles, everybody. Isn't it fantastic? Yes, I am childish. Also, I'm not the boss of you. How cool is this? One of my friends does these as a business, so I got one that says, I'm not the boss of you. This is, I think this is plastic, not metal. Yeah, it won't stick there. I'm not that lucky. So this is, I mean, it doesn't sound plastic, but it's also not sticking. So maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, maybe he could lay there. It'll be fine. Alright. But I do have him, and the big one is hanging off the thread holder thingo. So I did this. This is like an 8x8 hooping. It is too big for this bag. However, I'm not wasting it, and I cut the bag before I did the embroidery. So we're doing it, and we're just going to make it work, basically. It took a very long time. It took like 60 something minutes to stitch, and the thread broke, so that took even longer. Good. No, he can't stay there. He'll just have to go where I can see him. Sorry, guys. I mean, if we desperately want him there, I can maybe go and get like a stronger rare earth magnet for just the top of his head, and then he can dangle everywhere. Also a possibility. So this vinyl was from that random clearance that my friend went to in Melbourne, and I got the whole roll for $5. Isn't it fabulous? There's not very much of this. It was slightly bigger than like a fat quarter of vinyl, so you know they're usually longer. Okay. So I haven't quite decided how to do the handles because I've got options. I could do them wider and put them all the way out here. I could do them on the gusset. I do technically have a metal crossbody strap that I could do, and we could just kind of attach it to this and not have any handles. I don't know yet, so because I don't know, we're just going to do something else. As in, avoid it till later, because that is my solution to a lot of things, actually. Yeah, so if you have it, you would have a shirt that says you're not the boss of me. But because I have it, it says I'm not the boss of you. See? Thought about that. Still cool though. Speaking of which, I'm totally going to design DTFs that you will be able to purchase from me, and I can put it in like a flat postage box, and it's going to say, you're not the boss of me. Because that's just amazing, right? And I'm childish, and it makes me happy, right? I am not, in any stretch of anyone's imagination, a rich woman. But I am a happy woman, and I've decided that that is so much better. Obviously, money helps to a point. I'm not going to lie. But happy. I am a very happy person. And not just here. Like, in real life. I am as ridiculously happy as you see me on here. I'm also as equally dramatic. Yoink. Okay. Slip pocket, check. Stick it on here, check. You can use some clips if you want to. So much more fun to rev your machine. You genuinely will never convince me otherwise. Ever. Alright, let's find the center, do a line up the center, split the pocket. It's always nice to have a split pocket, I think. You don't have to do it in the center. You can actually do it kind of off center, like there. But if you're going to do it off center, don't do it by like 1/4 of an inch, because it'll just look like you missed the center. So if you're going to do it like all the way over here. Backstitch, because we always backstitch. Jump. Oh, fabulous. So this is all book fabric because amazing. I've also cut out enough to do the inside of a hacked possum pouch, but I don't have enough of a blue to do the same exterior. So we're going to do a different colour but with the same lining because I'm trying to do this thing where I use up all the scraps. I mean, a fat quarter is not necessarily a scrap to most people. It is to me, because then I have to hoard it somewhere, so I would prefer to just use a piece of fabric in its entirety. This fabric is also directional. Even though it doesn't look like it, it absolutely is. This is from Spotlight for everyone in Australia. And I'm hoping that, you know, maybe one of the book girlies see it and like it, because the whole book thing is absolutely taking the world by storm. So let's do the Tory pocket. I'm basically building the inside because I'm avoiding the outside. Let's not lie. I'm absolutely avoiding the outside because I have to decide on some handles. I am leaning towards not doing traditional handles and just doing the metal crossbody strap. That's where I'm leaning towards. But that's not guaranteed with me. You should all know that by now. It's not that I'm indecisive. I make a decision and then I change my mind. The decision part's easy. It's the follow-through that I seem to struggle with. You're on fire, Alana. So this is a Vixen, Ruth. We're making my Vixen. This is one of my most popular bags that I sell, and my pen's dead. Everybody loves Vixen. If you've never made one of my patterns, this one's great. This video is going to be hacked where I do binding inside. Oh my god, stop it. Why? Pick a pen. Any pen? Any pen that works. Yeah. And I closed it instead of opening it. Aha! Success! See, we get there in the end. It's fine. Everything's fine. I broke my Tory template twice. I broke 2 of them. I was having apparently a week and all my I dropped it, I knocked it off the bench and it smashed. And then another one, I don't know why, but it was on the ground and my cart rolled on of it because I didn't see it on the ground, and that one broke as well. So I'm down to a Tory template that's only got a 3/8 of an inch hole, not a 1/2 inch hole. So I draw it on now. Such is life. One day I will buy another one, but not today. Because as we just discussed, I am broke. I have another pattern coming out next week, if I can find the time to make the video. And then I have a lot to do. I'm trying to basically ignore that problem until my 2 markets are over. So I've got a market Friday night. So after here I have to go and find some kind of a lighting solution. And then I've got another market on Sunday where I'm in a new space, and so I've had to kind of condense and change all my stuff. So it's been a lot this week of me working out packaging and hanging techniques, and I've been making lots of things and it wouldn't look like it to the outsider. But that's okay. So as of Monday, I may or may not have something new to show you all if it shows up, which means more videos of something new and terribly exciting, and I'm not even going to give you a hint as to what it is because it's way more exciting to just go BAM with a video. Anyway, with that being said, I've been avoiding bag sewing this week in favour of all the other stuff, but I want to take this bag unless it sells before then, which is what, today. Somebody does potentially have their eye on this bag, so we'll see. And if not, I'll take it to the market. I would also, in a perfect world, like to get another Empress made. It's about 2 hours worth sewing and about an hour or so in prep. So if I get the time, I am absolutely going to make that. But after this, I've got to worry about lighting. I've got to go to Spotlight to get some velvet to make a pendant necklace stand, because Christmas is coming. It's a great option for a Christmas present. And the way I've currently got them displayed, I haven't sold a single one. So we're going to get onto that. It's cool. Anyway, I don't know why, but I decided on gold hardware for this. It was an impulse thing. I'm sticking with that plan because it's a nice coloured zipper that matches. It matches enough. Now, if you roll your zipper how I taught you, if you grab it from the inside, it'll just come out and you don't have to unwind the whole thing. Fun little tip. Oh, I wish I could stop sniffing. I'm so sorry, but it's just not going to be a thing. Zippers are somewhere under my iron. Do I have a dragon one? Because that would be ideal. I do have a gold dragon one, but he's Lord of the Rings, so we're not using that. Then I have a Lord of the Rings ring. And then I have Chunky and Smooth Criminal. I just call them what I used to call them. Do I want true zippers on the outside? I think I do. And then one zip in here. I do like this bag. It hasn't got a lot of hardware. I'm possibly even going to use less today, depending on what handles I choose. I tried that to spin my zipper on my hand. So there's a trick to it. I can show you. Alright. Open your hand out. Zipper on top of your thumb. And then pinch it between your thumb and your finger like that. And then you want to make sure, so you make sure that the teeth are facing up. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to thread it with it all smooth between your last two fingers. Alright? Like that. And then keeping it smooth, we're going to come and pop it between there, and you're going to clamp on again. And then smooth, and then through there and around. And then after that third one, you don't have to clamp it anymore, and it should just sit where you want. So you want to make sure that there's no twist in this. It's always the back of the zipper is flat and the teeth sit up, and you just weave it back and forth. And eventually you get really fast. But it's the same motion all the way. And then you pinch it and put your elastic band back on, which I have lost. Why? Why do I do this to myself? Did anybody see where I put the rubber band? That's alright. We're just going to get a bag of another one, and it'll show up in a minute when it wants to. It's not on my wrist, because that would be the obvious answer. So anyway, whatever. It's fine. And then, if you've got a really big chunk of it, only put it on once. You don't want this to be super crazy tight, because it cuts into the zip, and this will leave a mark. So if you can get away with just the one, you should absolutely leave it. I can't. That's a little bit too loose, I think. So I'm going to have to do two. But you're not trying to do it as tight as humanly possible, because that creates kinks, and then you're going to have to want to iron it, and nobody wants to do that. Trust me, nobody wants to have to iron the zipper. Do you know how many of these bowls I have? I am so obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I keep them all. I don't have a 3D printer, so I can't even make them for people. But there's plenty of people around that can make them. I reckon Belinda from Brimax would make them. Hi, Catherine. How's Tasmania? Is it cold? I assume it's still cold down there. I'll be going swimming today because it's already hot. Love my pool. Love that I have a pool in the backyard. Do you know how easy it is to just go for a dip and then get back to work? I did it yesterday. I had both the lasers running and I just popped into the pool for 5 minutes. I would have heard if any alarms went off and my house was burning down, but we were fine. And I got in without my kids, so there was no splashing. Oh, it was great. And then I took some semi-professional video calls from the pool. I say semi-professional because we were talking like sewing business. And laser stuff. Chop, 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 chop. Chop off all your tails. And then we're going to close this completely because we're binding. Cold and rainy in Indiana. I don't mind a little bit of rain every now and again. Months of it is a nightmare. It's what you get in Ballarat. Flip it up. Line it up. Okay. See how that's all bunchy? That is because this machine doesn't like thin layers. So what I'm going to do is I am not going to backstitch. I am going to have lots of tails, and then I am going to smooth this out and have all that bunchiness come onto the tails and then tie it off. And this will solve my problem. See, it's like gathering. Look at that. Fixed it. Ow. Stab myself with scissors. Now I have to tie it off, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. Good morning, New Rockhampton. I've been to Rockhampton. I don't remember why, but I stayed at a cabin at a caravan park there. I couldn't tell you why. I can just tell you I did it. Alright, so I have officially decided, I haven't decided on all my handles, but I have decided we're not going to do vertical ones this way because to get them high enough is going to get too close to this edge and I don't want to break a needle or make it look weird. So we're not doing that, which means I can sew these two together. I don't mind. I don't like cold. Cold gives me asthma attacks and I'm not a fan. I don't mind wet. Wet is not the issue. Cold is the issue. Like we went to the snow and I was just sick the whole time. I mean, turns out I had COVID and I didn't know, but still, I'm sure it was made a lot worse by the fact that I was at the snow. I remember Mum took us to the snow once, just like a mountain that had some snow on it, and I ended up having to go to hospital because I had such an extreme asthma attack. Stupid lungs. They should really get it with the program. Not that I let it stop me doing much. You just have an asthma puffer handy. And now they're over the counter, so I don't even need to like go to a doctor and get a script for it. It's wonderful. I love that for me. Alright, so we are pushing it. I'm doing clips because the foam is likely to try and, you know, tell me it doesn't fit. No deal. My arthritis doesn't like cold or wet. Ow, that's not good. Tornado! I kind of want to put a sticker on it that says Tory Tornado because I'm ridiculous. I just found my rubber band. See, knew I'd find it eventually. I have to have oxygen. Oh no. That's horrible. bead sewing is so much fun. Jump on board, join the trend. The trend with which I am starting. You could have put a Tory pocket on the outside. You could put more stuff here. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But that looks good. It's very busy on the inside while almost plain on the outside. This is the one of more plainer bags I've done. Okay, I make bags for oxygen machines. Just make lemonade. See? So clever. Love that for you. You took a thing that annoys you and you turn it into something fun. I can fully respect that decision. Alright, let's put the zipper on because that's not changing. I also need to go over to my heat press and grab out the other bits because they're not here. Oh, there you are. Good job, heat press. So I pretty much made the whole bag in blue and then I was just going to do the handles in black. However, now that I'm not doing the handles, I might have to change my plan and do it all blue. Which is fine. Please make rolled handles. I don't know if rolled handles attached to the top is going to be as cool, is it? I mean, I could put the handles kind of coming out of here. That would potentially work. I don't know. I still kind of like the idea of the metal chain and have it as a crossbody because that's fun. And I literally only have one of those. Be a fun time to use it up, I should think. We've put a bird feeder outside and apparently I have now attracted a flock of pigeons. I mean, as well as a random other birds that I don't know what they are. There was some galahs. There was, it's not a magpie, but it's the black and white same color as the magpie bird. I don't know what they're called. But there's one or two of those. Had an ibis. Which, when I was younger, ibises were like cool wetland birds. And then, as I got older, ibises become bin chickens like the seagulls of Melbourne. Just like annoying birds. Ooh, silver chain on your vamp. That would be cool. You talk to yourself in Australian accent. That is fantastic. I am so excited that I've become an earworm for sewing. That's awesome. Do you know, my child has a very thick American accent from the television he watches. And I now struggle to identify hearing an accent. I've had like the opposite effect. I don't hear accents anymore. And if I do, I can't tell you what it is. Like, I don't know. My brain's gone weird. I have to consciously, like, really concentrate to be like, do you have an accent? Whatever. Who cares? As long as I can understand what you're saying, we are all good. Alright, so, because we are doing binding, we are going to top stitch, and then we're going to fold both of them away from the zipper. Back stitch at both ends, because this was thick enough not to gather. If you have a gathering problem, you don't backstitch, and then you just move it like we did before. I don't know why I don't do more chains. I mean, I suppose I do know. The answer is because I don't have them here. And it's more hardware I'd have to hoard. And at some point we need to take peace with the fact that I don't need all the hardware of the universe. Or at least until I've used up a bunch of what I've already got. Alright. So inside, looks fabulous. That's a good match, I think. It was a fluke. I didn't get this vinyl because it matched what I already had. And I haven't put gold zippers in over 2 years. Because right before I shut down selling hardware, I did like a ginormous gold zipper order. And so now I have so much gold zipper, it's outrageous. I don't know why I feel the need to click today, but I'm feeling it. But you don't have to click if you don't want to. See, I'm trying to do the opposite where I have less stuff. I don't need lots of stuff to make fabulous things. I was nearly going to say stuff again there. I'm like, that stuff is too many in one sentence. I mean, having cool stuff definitely helps. And with my new toy I'm getting, I feel like less stuff is going to actually work in my favor. Also, for anyone that's in town so that watches me, I have signed up with Xtool to be a demo room where you can come here and I teach you how to use the machines that I possess. I assume I'm the only one in Townsville because we are semi-remote here. Yeah, what's my new toy? I'm not telling you. I'm actually going to try and keep it like a suspenseful surprise for you all. I'm terrible at it. We all know it's true. Usually I give away my patterns before I release them, but I'm going to try and keep this one a secret, mainly because I got told it should be here in like 3 days. So there's no video tomorrow, so it'll be much easier for me to keep a secret if I'm not live. Because tomorrow will be pack for the market. So I'll be too busy to do a live tomorrow. It also won't be here. So next week it should be here, and then I can do probably an unboxing video to show you. But I am getting a new toy, and I am very, very ridiculously excited. Alright, let's put some zippers on. I am not going to confirm or deny any guesses. I'm going to tell you that right now because I want to try and have a surprise. We'll see. But I am getting a new toy, which should be useful to all of my current videos that happen. Right, that's it. So with of all the machines I've got, this one is going to be in line. This new toy will be in line with what I've already got going on, and that's the only hint you get. And then that could be anything. Oh, I can tell you this though. So I got myself a portable power bank thing. I don't know what they're actually called, but it's called, I don't know. It's just a big box that does power, which is amazing. I got it for like less than half price because it was on sale. So I will announce it the day after it arrives. And according to the current post, it'll be here in 3 days. But I can't promise that because we all know, well, everyone in Australia knows that Australia Post is not as reliable as it likes to think it is. Anyway, I got a power box. So I went on to ChatGPT because I want to name it. We're going to make a sticker. We have decided on Juice Willis. And then it's going to say Yippee-ki-yay Mother Charger because that amuses my life. So Juice Willis is its name. Because I also like to name things. Because I'm ridiculous. That's why I have Slayer and Slasher. And Betty. And Scream Machine. And Green Machine. And Candy. And Nigel. Nigel is the cricket machine, for anyone that doesn't know. I don't know why, but he felt like a boy. That's all I got. Alright, let's build the bottom. And then I'm going to worry about the handles. We're nearly up to the I have to decide about handles thing, but like a little bit. Juice Willis. Right? How good. There was also, there was a Britney Spears one that was funny too. There was a few options, but I've gone with Juice Willis. I might even see if I can find like a one-tone SVG of a Bruce Willis and then put it on there. Because, you know, I can make stickers, so why didn't I? Bruce Willis, and I'm going to do like one of those like chunky juicy fonts. Yippee-ki-yay, mother charger. Because I'm funny, alright? I think I'm funny. And it amuses me. Why shouldn't it be something fun and exciting to look at? Currently, it's a charcoal off black box with a handle. Like, it's not exciting to look at all. I'm also going to make stickers. See, this is another thing I want to get done before tomorrow. I'm going to make stickers for all the different chargers, for all the things I take to a market, and just call it, like, slasher charger, laptop charger, air purifier charger. Although maybe I should name the air purifier because that's a terrible name for it. We should name that too, since I'm going to be making stickers anyway. I would like a pun. Air purifier. Let's name it. You also might notice today that I'm using black thread. That is a very deliberate choice because the embroidery is black and I was trying to make everything tiny better. And to me that just works. Both sides because it's pretty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if there's any gentlemen here. I don't think I get a lot of male watchers, and that's okay. We need a ruler. We need a pen, preferably one that's actually going to work. We shall see. Oh, what? Not having any luck with pens today. My fancy pen is in my handbag, and the other fancy pen that has the skulls on this one is empty and I need to get a refill. Love this pen. And the other one, the resin turned one, lives in my handbag, and I just switch it through all of them. Call it Airbender. That's cool. We're going to look up a pun. Because I love puns. They make me happy. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, we're going to put bag feet, because like I always put bag feet. We like bag feet. It is a movie. The Last Airbender. I do know that. And they did a live action remake, but it used to be like an anime cartoon. Ugh. Just like Bruce Willis in Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is totally a Christmas movie. You won't convince me otherwise. So this is a cam press, yes. You've got Ruby, the Husqvarna embroidery, Tribute, the Husqvarna Tribute, Haiti, HD9, I see that, Sweetie, Sweet 16, Jimmy and Jack, oh I love it, and Ellie the Overlocker. How'd you all write on Ellie? My thought process is absolutely not that linear. Which is fine. Right, bag feet, check. Alright, moment of truth. I have to decide. Are all of my dies cam? Yeah, so I have a whole box of, where is it? It's at the other machine. Of course it is. I have a whole box of different dies and I have 2 cam presses because when I first started, one was great, right? But I have a lot of different dies for all the different things. So I have a dome die, I have plastic rivets, I have 2 types of metal rivets, like die sets. I've got 3 different sizes for the grommets. I've got 6mm, 10mm, and 12mm. I also have the corresponding hole punches for them. Let me show you, because I can see the box. It's so close, and yet so far. So I have like a whole box of crazy dye. I have dye that do my little spikes. This is my box. And each individual section is a different die that does a different die set. So some of them are 3 pieces, some of them are 2 pieces. So here I've got small and large magnetic die rivets, because I don't like pronged rivets anymore. I don't use them. I don't own them. We don't do that. We don't do that here. We do rivet dies because they sit nicer. I love them. They're a decorative thing. Love them. Then this one is a 3-piece. So this is for the plastic die sets. And then this one here is for the press snaps that I put on purse pals. This one here, so it's got like a spring-loaded base, and then this is for the pointy little rivets, which are, I've got one here. So that's for these. So that, see how they've got like a point? So it doesn't crush the point when you put them on. This lot here is also for press studs, but it's like the heavier ones you get on like biker jackets. So I used to put them on my whippersnappers. So if somebody's riding 100 kilometers an hour, it's not gonna like open the flap. So they're like heavy duty ones. So same but different. And then over here I have got corresponding 6mm, 10mm, and 12mm. So these 2 are the grommet press, and then these 2 are the die like hole cutter. So it cuts the perfect size hole for the things. And then on there I've got a 2mm hole, and I've got a 10mm rivet press. Even though I don't buy 10mm, I buy 9mm, but it works the same. And I have had them long enough, and I bought them slow enough that I can actually look at them and tell. I've also dropped this box, and everything has fallen out at least 3 times in my lifetime thus far. In the last 10 years, I have dropped it, and they've all been at least 3 times. So I've had to learn what they all do, and they kind of, like, I can look at it and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. So like for this, a lot of the tops are the same and are interchangeable. So this one I could also use with the normal die press. I could also use that on the, oh no I couldn't, that's actually probably the only place. But I could use this one on the small and the large die presses. But these ones, like the hole is physically a different size. So then you just have to match the hole. See how like one's little and one's big? This is the 18mm and this is the 14mm. I don't use a lot of 14mm, but it is handy to have. So, you know, all the things. I don't know, I can just look at them and know. I understand that you possibly definitely need labels. I bought them slow enough that I learned what is what. Is pretty much the sum of that story. Lots of people have to label them, and I probably should have labeled them when I first got them. They also used to be in a much smaller box because I used to have a lot less dies. I used to have like 3 sets. Now I've got 10 or more. I don't know. Love them either way. Alright, I have to make a decision. You should all help me make this decision because I'm just very undecided. You can go up there for now. Right, so I'm thinking I could absolutely do the crossbody strap, right? Do I want handles? Or do we just leave it at that? Does it need handles if it's got the strap? I don't know that it does. Doesn't surprise me you've dropped it 3 times. I know! Every video I drop something. It's because I'm not concentrating, because I'm too busy talking, alright? Can't all be cool. Anyway, right. Do I want a handle there? I don't think I do. I actually really don't think I do. If I'm going to do a crossbody strap, I think we're going to just skip the handles. What do you guys think? I will have to cut some blue because the black's not going to work. The black was there when I was doing lots of contrasting things. I'm not really doing that anymore. I also won't need these. Hey, Sandra. For me, I like handles on the Vixen. If I do these, you could just attach the crossbody strap to them. But I prefer D-rings so it doesn't slide around. What about making the chain to where you can double it? As in feed it through and clip it on itself. So it becomes a handle like that. That means you would have to have a D-ring on one side and a rectangle ring on the... Oh! Hold that thought. I can never just do normal things. What's wrong with my brain? Jesus Christ. Ugh. Now. Ugh. Funnily enough, I do actually have 2 large D-rings. And the reason we need large D-rings is because then this could slip through there, clip to itself, right? And then it's a handle. Oh, you guys are clever. So I don't need these. I'll put these away. Also, by having a lot of dyes, I have a lot of hardware. One day I'm going to try and have less, but it's not today's problem. Wait. Sit, Uber. Good dog. Okay, so with this whole plan, do I want to make the connectors black? Or do we want to get blue? I don't know. Is black out of place? These were going to be here. But see how they're just a bit too wide and then they were going to hit too far into there. Alright, do I want black or do I want to cut blue because everything else is blue? That's kind of where we got to. While you guys answer that question, I can sew these 2 together. This one won't need as many clips as the other one I did, the other half. Black like your front panel. Well, at least I don't have to get up and cut anything. That works out well. But I don't need as many clips on this because there's no zipper kind of distorting the shape. The black. Alright, well, black it is, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Rev that machine. I promise it is weirdly fun. Especially if you used to drive like a crazy person, which I absolutely did. Not a dangerous crazy person. But like dirt roads crazy person. Oh, those were the days. Alright. Yeah. See, look. Throw it away. Double-sided tape, 3/4 inch. Guys, this is the best size on the planet, and you cannot convince me otherwise. You just can't. It's awesome sauce. This stuff's weirdly thick, like it's trying to be leather, but it's not. Like it really does want to be leather, but it's vinyl. Okay, we are absolutely going to squish those edges. I realize you've told us before, but what are your machines? So this is a GC0617D. I don't really know what any of that means, but it's a compound walking foot. It's why I got it. And I painted it black because I am not staring at grey all day. It's why my other machine is metallic green. This was going to be the screen machine. There are actually skulls on here, but they're too faint. I was trying to do subtle and I failed at subtle. I don't know why I bother. Subtle is just not for me. I tried it, it failed. The green machine is just a standard industrial plane sewer. It's a Mitsubishi something. I don't know. Every time I sit down to sew, I have started dropping things. I'm sorry. I don't mean to teach everybody, but wow. I don't mean to teach you bad habits. You guys all gave me a bad habit of talking to myself because there's nobody else in the room, and now I just do it everywhere like a crazy person. What do you do? Actually, I'm going to use the other end because that end's a bit scraggly looking. So we're going to do 1 1/4 because them's the rules. I don't make them. It's just 1 inch is not enough. This is good. I'm using up, I don't really use these size D-rings anymore. I just had them left over in a pack when I used to sell hardware. Okay, so we want them up a bit, but not too much. Because if they're too close together, then they're crappy handles. But if they're all the way down here, I don't like that either. I don't want them there. I don't like them in the zipper. I want them there and there, I think. I'm going to eyeball that, and we are going to then measure it with a ruler. One of many. I have so many rulers at this point. So that is 2 3/4. And that one is 2 3/4. It's almost like I'm magic. I tell my child I'm magic. Alright, so before we go any further, I'm going to fold that back out of the way. And then I want this really close to the zipper, so it's kind of more in the center. We like the center. Then I am going to measure 2 3/4 because that's what I decided on. And then we're going to get something that's erasable, which is this fabulous pen from Sandra, because Sandra has all the goodies. I'm going to finish sister-in-law's transponsor tomorrow. Nice. Alright, we're just going to do like a tiny little mark. And then 2 3/4 on this side as well with a tiny little mark. You don't have to do like a full big line. A little mark is sometimes enough. If you can't see well, maybe do it bigger, but that's all I'm doing because that'll wipe away very easily with a baby wipe. And then I'm going to line up this part of the thing. And I'm going to line it up right next to the stitches. Make sure that everything's folded out of the way. You can add double-sided tape if you're feeling the need. The need for speed. No, not that. We don't want to speed through this. You'll snap a needle. Pivot! I usually get about 4 stitches on a 1 inch. and then 2 or 3 and a 5/8. Alright, fold all of that back. Repeat the process with the other side. Stitch, back stitch, because we always back stitch. If I have taught you nothing else in this life, it is to always back stitch. Needle down pivot, that one is a good useful tip. The back stitch is better, because if you don't back stitch, your bag will come undone. Ask me how I know. Alright, then we're going to cut off all this excess, because this is not what I had planned when I started. Also, don't feel bad about changing your mind. It's fine, honestly. I change my mind all the time. Life is still good. Don't stress about it. And so now, I mean, you could also go through both and then clip these together. You've got so many options on how to do this. But that's fun. Trim your tails is good rather than doing it at the end when they poke out of seams. There's nothing worse than having to try and fix that. Seriously. Alright. Zippers. Make sure your zippers are on. Fold this back out. Let's start joining stuff together. Alright, so we're going to start there. And then, there's no direction yet, so it doesn't matter which way we put this on. Like that. And then the other end. On the road again. I can't wait to be on the road again. Right, and that. You can clip both at the same time, and I'm only using 3 clips per end. Put that over there. Move that out of my way. Softest side face down so the feed dogs grab it. I find with this machine, instead of the green machine, doing 3/8 of an inch seam allowance instead of the 1/2 inch that was in the pattern makes everything easier. And I don't know why. I feel like the 1/4 inch seam allowance on this machine is different, or 1/2 inch, than over there. And I don't understand why. It just feels different. What can I say? Alright, trim off the tails. Oh look, this one. Then, we are going to turn it so that the lining is facing outwards, like this. And then we're going to start at a seam. We are going to stitch across the seam and then join all the gusset and then go across the other seam, theoretically. Theoretically. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. We shall see. Move it all out of the way so you can at least see what you're doing. Stitch, back stitch. Across. Stop. Pivot. Now, see, now I'm stuck that way. I didn't want to be stuck that way. It can be done. It's just more of a pain in the ass. So we're not doing that. I'm already just not doing that. No deal. So what you want to do is you want to line up the seams despite what all the fabric's trying to tell you. It will do what it's told. It always does. Taking a clip, lining up the seams, and then everything should go fairly smoothly after that. By joining these together, it creates one layer to join instead of multiples, which makes just life easier, really. We are making a classic Vixen. So when I design a square version of this because it is in my brain, so I will get to it one day. I'm going to do a square version of this. I'm going to call it Kitsune because a female fox is called a vixen, and a kitsune is like a magical nine-tailed fox. Right, and then we can go across. We're going to back stitch, and then we're going to have that same problem where everything's in my way. So, no deal. I'm doing my last live for a few weeks. Ooh! I do love giving myself a new bag. I need to make a new bag for myself. I was seriously considering the Rowena by Knotted Threads coat, but I am a bit worried it's going to be too small for me. Has anyone made it? Do you have an opinion on the size? The bag itself looks really cool, and yes, I could blow it up, but sometimes that messes with proportions, and then I have to do a bunch of maths, and I'm not sure I want to do that. But has anybody here made it? Is it a bit small? I don't like to cram things in a bag. Or at least not at the moment. I was carrying a possum pouch for a while. And I've got that beautiful green vinyl, which I'm very excited about. Hi, Bob. Welcome, welcome. All right, seams together. Bend and snip. Flip, other side. Line it up. Build it up, build it up, build it up. Right. Boom. Shakalaka. Now, we do, because of the lining, we have a right and a wrong side. So this is the top of the fabric because it's directional, even though it might not look it. So at the top, you want to put the back piece, which is the one with the Tory pocket on it. But first, we need center top and center bottom because apparently I skipped that step. Good job, me. Do not be afraid to manhandle your bags. They will be fine, I promise. And then here, I got the bottom and not the top. So the embroidery does take up, like, the whole bag. But I'm not mad about that. So, that's the front. This is the back. I've made a few weariness. It's what I would consider a medium size. Seeing your current first, you definitely want to make it bigger. So, Vixen is like my perfect bag size. This is a good size bag. I love Empress, especially around Christmas. I'll probably switch back to my Empress, my glorious horror box one, because I like to be able to just like throw stuff in my bag when I'm shopping. It's just easier. So closer to Christmas, I'll switch back to Empress. I'm on Empress now, but it's time for a new bag, and I've got that fabulous green. I don't know what the theme of the bag's going to be yet. I have not decided. Ah! Ha! Only nearly dropped it. Yeah. Binding this bag. I like the binding on this bag because I feel like it gives the shape a really good kind of structure. And all my clips that I just put on are all facing the wrong way. Just a pain in my butt. Too late now. On the road again. Hey, Christine. I can't wait to be on the road again. I don't know why that song's in my head. That's a weird one, even for me. Boom. Love it. So, what we'll do is... Oh, I don't know. Where's it gone? looking for my binding, if anybody's wondering what the hell I'm doing. I see navy, I see grey, I do not see my black. And I have a lot of black. I have 2 separate things of black binding and I cannot see either of them. And that is just rude. Very unfortunate. We are making a Vixen. Did I get an email? Maybe. Did I respond to the email? I like them right way up because I can just push the top and slide them off. It really helps for my speed sewing obsession. Because I'm insane. We all know it's true. Let's not even, you know, deny it. I am insane. Hold the bag like a 3D object. It's another very good life advice for you all. Keep an eye on your stitching, making sure that we haven't run out of bobbin yet. There is always that, you know, chance. Shove the corner down and around. Vroom, 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 vroom. Oh yeah, I just did that on camera. Boom, beautiful. Look at it. Nailed it, is what I did. Hello, Canada. Oh, so for anyone that's just come in, I have a new sign. Because I'm not the boss of you. And I've just realized this is probably backwards and you can't read it. But how fabulous. It's a number plate that I'm not the boss of you. It's so cool. I haven't said it. Now that I've got a sign, I haven't said it organically once today. According to the measurements, the Vixen is a 1/4 inch less deep than the Rowena, but otherwise they're the same. Oh, so maybe it is my size bag then. Cool. If you sent it today, I haven't responded to emails at all today yet. Sometimes I wake up at the ass crack of dawn and do emails, and then other times I like to sleep into a whole whopping 6 a.m. and then I don't get to the emails yet. I will check it after this live. Ow! That hurt. Stupid clip. Trying to bite me. It's just rude. I'm not going to be able to finish this bag on camera because I don't know where my binding is. It should be on that cart behind me, and it's not. I don't need to open my zip. You guys all worry about that stuff way too much. Me and my casual, because, okay, right? I can push them so that they're not even close, right? All you have to do is take your sew all, or if you've got fingernails, and just poke, right? And so then from there, look at that, she's open. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You guys all stress about that. Zippers can totally be open from the back. There's a few exceptions to that. The sleeping bag zippers are much more tricky, but not impossible. I've gotten used to basting each image before binding. I'm not happy with my binding otherwise. That's fair. I do less, a little bit less, and that way you don't see the stitches. Do, 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 do. One more clip. Yes. The lining is fabulous. It's a book themed. Oh my god, did I put all the clips on wrong? Like all of them? Or am I just sewing it backwards to the other way? Doesn't matter. I mean, it probably doesn't matter, does it? Smush her down, right? Do not be afraid to just smush the bag. And yes, smush is totally a word. You need to smush it down to get these corners anyway. can both smush it down and treat it like a 3D object at the same time. It might sound contradictory, but here we are doing it. Depends on if you do gusset up or gusset down. Today, I am doing gusset down. Normally, I do gusset up. The bags turn out the same. It's whatever you're most comfortable with, and I'm apparently ambidextrous with that. Sometimes corners go better one way than the other. I say sometimes because sometimes they don't too. I also love this machine because she loves the chunky. I want to make bags. Love your crossbody with the front flap. That is kangaroo, that one. I love kangaroo. So again, some people had issues trying to fit the gusset around. Do 3/8 of an inch instead of 1/2 inch seam allowance, you'll be fine. Okay, so I can't finish it because I need to go find my binding, and that could take an undetermined amount of time. But let's turn the bag through so I can at least show you what it'll look like when it's finished. It'll have black binding there, but otherwise it'll look the same on the inside. Punch the lining out. Oh look, see, I've still got a tail. This is why you should trim your tails. Can you see that? So rude. Choop. Right. Let's try that again. You were sent a week or two ago. I should have responded to that. What seems to be the issue? Maybe I can help right now. Did I respond and it went to junk mail? Because I had that issue with somebody this morning. I was chatting to them. Alright, so we're going to go in and back her up. And so now, it's just got like a normal handle that you can wear like that. It's a bit short, but like whatever. You could have it there. There's a good size. And then, if you don't like that, you just undo it and clip it on, and now it's a short shoulder crossbody one. Look at that. I like that. That was a great idea. Good job, us. I love kangaroo. I was using one of them until I switched back to the tote because I've been doing a lot of like gathering. That worked out great. This chain is from Bunnings. Pretty sure? Pretty sure it was Bunnings or Spotlight. It's the only two places it would have been. And then I just used some pliers to open this and then put on one of my many, I have hundreds of these, 1/2 inch swivel clip. Nailed it. I'm going to have to leave it there because I don't know where the binding is. I'm looking and I don't see it, and it's just rude. But kangaroo, I do love kangaroo. See, kangaroo is a good size for me too. It's just, I love it, but I want a different shape because my brain is bored. It's just time, and I want to use that new fabulous green I got for myself before I make other people's stuff with it, because it's mine. Mine, I tell you. No, I really can't see it. So, that's going to be fun. Oh, it's about a collab. I already am going to say yes. I say yes to a collab. I don't remember seeing that though. I say yes to a collaboration. I say yes to all collaborations. Collaborations are fun. And I have been nagging you all to come and do like a joint live with me. You should do it. It's fun. Ask Sandra. I didn't know Sandra before we did a random fun collab. We got this. Then we do lots of them. We play crazy games and all the things. So I'm already going to say yes to whatever collab you're talking about. Feel free to message me on Facebook, because I swear I would have responded to the email. I'm not sure why I didn't. I don't leave those kind of things till later. I write very inappropriate, not thought out responses so that my brain doesn't forget. I would have written something like, hell yes, let's do it, which is obviously not at all professional, but I have never claimed to be one. I am who I am, and my responses, unless I check with ChatGPT to write a professional response, it's whatever word vomit comes out of my brain. The bag will be fabulous. The chain's fun. I will be putting it up on my website today because I'm going to try and get in the habit of doing that since I have the giant, ridiculous box set up to do so. You should try altering a pattern. It's really, really fun. It does make your brain think a little bit more, but like in a good way. Sometimes brain power can be a good thing. I walked into this with no idea what kind of straps we'd do. This was thought out this morning, about an hour before I even decided to do the video. Change stuff up. Changing stuff's great. I love it. Be impulsive. Change a pattern. This is also a great like weekender bag for your car if you blow it up to 150%. So I've done that too. Well, writing one super fun. What are we writing one super fun? What? I hack most patterns. See? And how fabulous is it? They are then uniquely you. I mean, if you've never made a bag in your life, please don't like start by changing patterns. But once you've made a few, I personally feel a rhythm to how bags are like put together. There's a rhythm to it. That might be the music or the maths in me, I'm not sure. But there's a rhythm to how all bags get put together. And once you're in that rhythm, everything just falls into place. I don't read instructions for the most part anymore. I look at the pattern pieces and go, oh yeah, I got this. And I just go with the rhythm, go with the flow of the bag. And I know I sound like a crazy hippie person, but that's how I view making bags. It's maths and rhythm. It's maths and music. There you go. Writing patterns is fun. It's just time consuming. So the pattern that I have just written, let me see if I can find a piece of paper. There's a piece of paper here somewhere that is relevant to the pattern writing I've been doing. Of course it's not where I thought I left it. Don't be silly. I swear I saw it this morning and now all I can find is cardboard. That's just rude. Anyway, I was writing a pattern and you need to print off, even if you're going to use measurements, you still need to print off part of the pattern because it's got all the line up. But my brain had to like work out the line up. And then I didn't want to make it too messy, so we've got two ends. Tori, is this a different machine? It's not green. So yes, this is a different machine to my green machine. My green machine is right there. I did not sell her. She is not leaving the building. But she is now set up for lighter weight items. So skirts, tea towel toppers, little zipper coin purses, not chunky stuff like this. I can still make this on there, but I'd have to change a bunch of stuff and I'm lazy and I don't want to. I also got this because it's a compound foot. So this back foot moves and walks as well as the front foot. So it's better at doing chunky stuff. So like bags with lots of foam and lots of vinyl or leather or whatever. So this is the screen machine. I've painted her black. She does have skulls, but nobody can see them, such as life. I will rectify that, but not before the school holidays. So we're just going to deal with the black one. It's fine. So I do now have two industrial machines. And they both serve their own purpose. So that one's all lightweight stuff in an ideal scenario where nobody's judging me. We should make our linings on the green machine and then come here and join the bag with this machine. I don't, but I should, right? And if you go back and watch this video from the start, the Tory pocket I stitched up is the reason why we should do that on the other machine. But I'm not doing that, no dear. My grandson had me make him what you call them, a postman's bag. Oh yeah, cool. A satchel bag. That's cool. Billy 50 did one of those, if I remember correctly. I haven't spoken to her in a while. I wonder if she's still designing patterns. I should get onto that. Frankie by Swoon. Oh, I think I've made one of them. I vaguely remember doing that. I do love a good Swoon pattern. I saw someone the other day in my feed has made like the Stella Weekend bag. I love Stella. She's a beast. But I do love Stella. I really want to stick this somewhere. In a perfect world, it would stick there. There's a giant sign that says, I'm not the boss of you. But I think they're going to have to go on the wall. Because I'm not the boss of you. In saying that, you should still listen to me. I think I'll make a Vixen over the week or two. Vixen is a great bag, right? It's big enough to fit everything. It's structured enough that I don't love floppy bags because I want it to stay still while I'm trying to find stuff. I find that is the case with Vixen. I love a Vixen. I could run a whole business on making nothing but Vixens and Empresses, I reckon. I genuinely believe that. And then if I wanted to add a third bag, the hacked possum pouch where I've done the boxy bottom. There's videos on that if you want to see that. Those 3 bags and nothing else, I could create, like I could just run my whole business on that. The reason I don't is because you guys want to see different videos, which I'm aware I haven't made lately. I've been trying to organize markets, except every time I do a market, I've got a different size space, so I have to spend brain power and time working out how to set up. I'm hoping that after this weekend, this month, the dark side market, I'll be in the same spot all the time, so I won't have to put any more brain power into how to set it up. That is the hope. So I'll have essentially 2 setups. I'll have one with a gazebo and then the one without. And then I won't have to think anymore and I can go back to, let's do new bags that you haven't seen me do. It's also why I want to buy somebody else's pattern to make myself a handbag, because my handbag will be a video so you guys can come and watch. But anyway, life gets in the way. It's coming up to Christmas. I still haven't finished all the hampers, although I'm close. So I've got to record some of that too. I've also given myself a challenge to make 36 videos for Christmas related presents that's going to come out at the end of November. So I need to get through all of them as well because I'm ridiculous. So we're doing 12 laser videos, 12 Cricut videos, and then 12 sewing videos, because whoever follows me will be interested in at least one of those options. So I'm giving you 12 gift ideas for each of the machines I have probably convinced you to buy at some point in your life. Or you bought it and you've never used it, and this might encourage you to pull it out and play with it for Christmas. Either or. It's fun. Tory Tornado. I love all the things you send me. They get a lot more use than you guys see on videos. My kid has already stolen several of the 3D printed things. He took the axolotl and he took the fidget spinner and I think he took the frog as well. He tried to take this, but I told him I had to bring it back because he wanted my skeleton. I was like, nuh-uh. It's cool. They're very cool. And Chuckles. For anyone that hasn't met Chuckles, this is Chuckles. I don't know why, but I looked at him and his name was Chuckles, and so that's that. And he is blue touched to my machine because he's sitting on the plastic part. Otherwise I would have put a magnet. Alright, in saying all that, I must go. I'm going to put on loud music, hunt for my binding to finish this off, and then I have to tidy up my space and take photos. Yay! I don't think I'll be on again until after my 2 markets, so if you guys are crafting on the weekend, have a great time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which, let's be honest, is not much. You got pretty free reign there. And I might pre-record some of the stuff I have to do today if I think you guys need to know about it. But I make no promises. Anyway, I'm off to Spotlight to buy my 1/2 meter of black velvet so I can start with more crap I need to do. Have fun, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye. Boop. Boop.